Hello everyone, welcome back. So, Desert Warrior had all the ingredients to be something huge: a massive budget, a historical setting, big name actors, and a clear ambition to put a new film industry on the global map. But after years of delay and a long post production struggle, the final result doesn't live up to any of that promise. Because instead of bold, unforgettable epics, Desert Warrior ends up feeling awkward, slow, and surprisingly forgetful. The story itself sounds great on paper, set around 1500 years ago. It follows a conflict between Arabian tribes and the powerful Sassanid Empire. At the center is Princess Hind, played by Aisha Hart, and her father, who refused to submit to the emperor's demand that daughters be sent away as concubines. The decision puts them on the run, hunted across the desert by the ruthless commander. Along the way, they are held by a mysterious bandit played by Anthony Mackie, who feels like a classic lone anti hero. Eventually, their escape sparks a major conflict as the different tribes are forced to unite against a common enemy. And honestly, that setup has all the makings of a powerful character driven epic, but somewhere between the script, the performance, and the editing, it all falls apart. The film looks beautiful, the desert landscapes are stunning with wide shots that feel almost like a western. There are moments where you can see exactly what the filmmakers were going for: something mythic, something grand, but visuals alone can't carry a movie. Because emotionally, the film just doesn't land. The characters have motivations, but they don't feel alive. The performances aim for intensity and depth but end up feeling flat and distant. And a big part of that comes down to the writing. There's no real spark in the dialogue, no strong emotional core to hold everything together. So even when big things are happening, it's hard to care. Then there's this pacing. The film moves slowly but not in a deliberate building tension kind of way. It feels uneven, scenes don't follow naturally into each other, and the story never really gains momentum. And when it comes to action, which should be the highlight of a movie like this, it struggles even more. The fight scenes are heavily cut and choppy, making it hard to follow what's actually happening. Instead of feeling intense, they feel fragmented, which is frustrating because you can tell there's potential there, especially in the final act. The climatic battle, inspired by the historic Battle of Car, actually has scale. Thousands of extras, large formation, real effort put into creating something epic. And for a moment, the film almost comes alive. But even here, the editing holds it back. The action is so broken that you can't fully appreciate the choreography or the scale. And instead of being a memorable payoff, it just reminds you what the entire movie could have been. That's the really the biggest issue with Desert Warrior. Not that it's terrible, but that it feels like a missed opportunity. There's a strong concept here, a talented cast, a unique setting we don't often see in big budget films, and yet the final product feels like a rough version of something much better. In the end, it's not a complete disaster, but for a film with this much ambition, being just okay might actually be worse because instead of leaving an impact, it just fades away. Thank you for watching. Bye.